Wow. How's it going? Hello. Hi. Hello. Welcome into another day of Xenoblade Chronicles X. Yes, there are frustrations to be had with this game, but don't worry. We're in good spirits today. I think we will get somewhere important today in the progress of this game. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. How's everybody doing today? Yes, I see you, Chi. I see you. I see you. That little kitty. She's the cutest. Are you the cutest, Chi? I'm pretty sure you are. So, as a heads up, I'm pretty sure we only were able to get 2 of the recommended enemies. Like, okay, so basically yesterday I learned that I need to upgrade my gear a little bit, but I can't do it with their money. So I was fighting some monsters, and I mean, I already kind of picked up on this before, but I found out specifically that it's not just like the type of monster that I kill, but whether or not it's a unique or what level it is and everything. So I asked chat to give me 3 enemies, 3 uniques rather, that they think I should farm for a little bit to see what happens. And I only got 2 from them. So if you guys give me a 3rd enemy today, first come, first serve, I will fight it, I will grind it for a little bit of time, and then I will advance over to trying to do the story again. But I don't want to jump right into trying to do the story. I want to do a little bit. First off, I want to get everybody to level 60, equip some gear. Maybe that'll help a little bit as well, and see how that goes. But I like to do it just a short kind of flow into the game kind of grind kind of thing. So we'll start with that. Quick hellos, and we'll get started. Drown Wolf, what's up? Ria Power, hello. What's up, Berserk now? Jenny, how you doing? Tava Games, hello. Dracorius, what's up? What's up, Iceburner? Lone Fellows, iFreak, hello, hello, hello. Lurkers, Dracorius, anyone I might have missed? Hi, hello, how's it going? Xenoblade Chronicles X. Tomorrow, 100% we get to do some amazing Xeno stuff as the Xenoblade 3 DLC story, Future Connected or whatever it's called, Redeemed, something like that, comes out. We'll be doing that as soon as we go live. And we'll be doing that until we finish it. Afterwards, we'll be doing Jedi Survivor. Pretty excited. There's a thing that affects the drop pool. Well, it's mostly just like something that you think will benefit me in the coming fights kind of thing, you know? I mean, if I'm not gonna get something that helps me grind. I mean, if I get it, but I'm not going to do additional grinding just because I get something that helps me grind. I'm looking for something that'll help me full stop. Okay, well, that's just a straight up upgrade, although I don't need the, I do want the bind refill thing, though. I think that could be cool. I like how this is, I have a level 25 armor, and this is, like, way better. it's not even just better, it's just way better, because, like, it only gives me 9 defense more. And the HP that I get from it is equal to that defense pretty much, and then I lose everything else. Like, what the hell? It's level 25 armor or better. Yeah, man. I like that. That's a lot of extra TP. I'll take that. Front attack plus, melee accuracy drive. Level 25 armor, better in just every imaginable way. I don't get it, man. I guess it's heavyware versus skellware, whatever skellware means, but it's level 25 versus level 60. Like imagine like the mithril, not even the mithril, like the iron armor in Final Fantasy IV being better than the crystal armor. That's what we have right here. Oh man. But it's ultra. Not even ultra thin, ultra infinite. Ultra infinite, like gear, the name suggests like the best ground gear you could possibly get, you know? I mean, look, when you put whatever you want on the spoiler channel, I don't care. I'll read it when I get done, you know? Whatever, you know, I'm gonna go kill some stuff. And if you got a third enemy you want me to fight, first come, first serve, that you think I could kill, and you think would benefit me by killing it and potentially getting a drop, you know? I just want to do a quick little grind anyway, just to kind of mess around and see what I got going on. You know, ease into the game, and then we're gonna do story if we don't find anything else. Well, everybody's already really close to 60, so this won't take long.
I'm swinging for keeps. I sense hostility. Let's take the fight to them. I'll weaken it. Follow the hook. I shall give it my all. Rapid fire. Take this. Yeah. Firing on top. There we are. I've got to cover fire. Just for this. Just for this. Rapid fire. You wish.
Owie. Not getting a proc is really hurting me here.
May the blessings of Q guide me with these new powers.
I mean, as you saw, I just dropped out of my skill to do human fighting. The first, like, I don't know, 60% of the game is done on foot. You don't even have a skill. Reflect physical. Huh. That's interesting. Am I just farming this guy? Just for a little bit. We just started, so we're just we're getting everybody up to 60. I told people that they could give me a recommendation for a unique to fight.
I sense hostility. Readiness.
And nobody said anything yet, so, you know, if we don't get anything, then we'll just go and do the story and see if we can't finish it this time. That's the plan anyway. But we got Celica at 68, or 58 rather. Everybody else will get level 60 on this fight, so. Blap. So they got 60. Now I just want to get Celica to 60. Not that it really matters. But I figure I can kill a little bit of time. I don't like, so the thing is, when I start my stream, I don't like jumping right into story because I don't want people to miss it, you know? So when I start my stream, I usually like to just kind of, unless I'm starting a new game, I just kind of like to ease into it with a little bit of like optional stuff or grinding or something like that, you know? Just to kind of mess around with stuff. Unless I don't have anything, then, you know, whatever. But we were doing this yesterday as it was already. As you can see, I'm level 60. So we were basically stuck on a fight, and the penalty for failure was having to reset the game and start it all over again, which took about half an hour per attempt. So I just didn't want to do that without having to grind a little bit, since I was basically banking on RNG to win and to begin with. So I thought I'll just do a little grinding, maybe get some gear that'll help minimize the RNG of it.
So, you picked out today's menu, Lynn?
Not yet. Depends if Tatsu can make it or not. You know.
Whoopsie.
Hostility. Readiness. Like this? See how you like it. Attack range. Right. Saving this one. Got it. Hold still. Got it.
Smashu! Melee accuracy drive, melee accuracy drive. Wait, melee attack drive. Melee accuracy drive. I don't get that, because... Hold on a second. How come it doesn't put anything up? It says melee accuracy drive and melee attack drive. I kind of feel like that's some kind of like non-stat thing. I mean, 1800 TP is nice, but I already have TP up. I don't need both. I'm gonna... Art Draw Surge 14. I'm gonna go with that one. I feel like it might be Max GP drive 14. GP is a Skell thing though. Is this like pilot gear? Cause it says Skellware. I wonder if this is stuff that like is specifically that boosts your Skell up, which would be kind of insane if that were the case. It would change a lot. Cause like bind refuel, that's a Skell bonus. Interesting. Very, very interesting to think about. And at the same time, it's like, it still provides me with, you know, stats. Maybe that might be why it's so much worse than my other gear. Well, at the end of the day, a Blata would be stun lockable, so I'll try it. All right, I'll try that as my third. That'll be my official third one. Max HP drive, resist physical down, and see, look, it doesn't actually affect. Look, that's a max HP drive. It does not affect my HP. It actually is putting it down. So here's the thing: 12,400 HP. $14,130. So the Skell wear affects your Skell stats. Oh, that's so cool. Huh. Terrain damage, resist stagger. I might want that over that. I don't have a right glove though. Oh, this is still Skellware right here though. Melee accuracy drive, overdrive blue bonus, front attack plus, melee accuracy, artful execution surge. Sure. I feel like Artful Execution Surge might be the little proc where you get the cockpit view. If that's the case, the more I get of that, the better. That's like insane. All right, so you said the Divine Roost. That's like way up north, right? Man, the fact that you can get normal armor that affects your Skell output means that there's probably got to be some absolutely insane possibilities. I mean, we've already seen like crazy high-level enemies and stuff, so I'm sure we already knew it, but like knowing where that step lies is pretty cool. The northernmost and highest part of Noctilum. Oh, hello, Telethia, the Endbringer. Bro, what? Level 99? Telethia is just a name. Okay. So when I saw like Telethia Claw, it just means Telethia the name, not an actual Telethia. Well, this is the northernmost point. Oh, it's in the water, okay. That thing looks awesome. Hope I don't get eaten.
I sense hostility. Readiness.
This thing?
How about one blow can end it all? I'll smash you to pieces. See how you like this?
There's no way.
You wish.
This is wearing me down.
Yes! Now!
Nope. Well, if he wasn't surrounded by 80 little Bladas, I could actually do something, but what's really killing me is the insane AoE from getting from all the ads. By himself, I think it would be fine. There's absolutely no way otherwise. I mean, if I could hover in the air, I might be able to do it. Yeah, like I'll try one more time to hover in the air and do it, so I don't like aggro all the other Bladas. But not be able to knock him around is gonna make that pretty hard too. But I was clearly dying to all the ads, and he was actually taking pretty good damage. So, but the only problem is that when I melee, I do move forward a bit. So we'll see.
I sense hostility. Readiness. firing from on high. Try it on it, low. See
End it all. How about a little
Ah! I see how you like
you win? Come on.
They're aggroing again. Oh, well, when you AoE them, they all aggro, weirdly enough.
My skill's not gonna make it. This is wearing me down. I'm not gonna make it. Take this!
Right. Only give me the heal. I should heal up first.
I can get them really low, but that aggroing... And I don't want to sit there and, like, figure out which abilities are AoEing or not. So yeah, that's not viable. That's fine. I'd have to have some big AoE. The cannon thing would be helpful, but I would need a big AoE to blast all those things out and then move on from there. All right, back to the cave. Until Celica gets 60, and then we'll see what we got, and we'll move on from there. Honestly, I'd be willing to bet that like 1 or 2 scales with cannons would be able to do it, especially if I got one of those, the other ones that I can make, if I got the parts for it. But that ain't happening anytime soon.
I sense hostility. Ready
Now, my turn.
I'll leave it there. Follow me.
Gotcha.
See how you like it. Follow up with the melee attack.
You wish.
Honestly, I have hit my Yes, we did it. Tatsu, put the lunchbox
Oh.
away. May the blessings
There's the Ultra Infinite right side.
new power.
I was just saying I hadn't gotten one of those yet. Melee attack drive, overdrive, blue bonus, empty slot, burn attack, melee, artful execution, surge. I'm gonna keep this one for now. Oh, hi, Motzi. Tomorrow, brother! I will see you tomorrow ringside! Xenoblade 3 DLC in the ring!
For keeps. Fire it from on high. You try it, too. How about a little split? Now, melee attack. Take this! Ouch! That hurts. You wish. How's this? Gotcha.
Hey, I'm just glad my impression was good enough that you guys got it. Oh boy, I've been trying to fly away this whole time, and it's just like I'm stuck here or something. Like I can't move away. Like I know I got stunned, but it was like before that. I've been trying to fly away the whole time, and it just would not let me fly away. So whatever, we'll just leave. You know what's weird? Under the right circumstances, I would absolutely grind the ever-living shit out of this game and like just like full-on live it, you know? Like that's the worst part about it, is how much I would have loved this game. You know what I mean? Oh, that's the first time he's ever fallen down this far.
Ouch! That hurt.
Okay.
Nice work.
But yeah, it's just like the idea of like the grinding and the world and exploration and beating all the hard enemies and stuff. Like that part of it I love so much because it's so Xenoblade, obviously, you know? It's just the rest of it that comes with it, you know, and how it locks you and gates you and stuff. That's the problem I have, and it's always been that. Oh, there are PC games that have it. This game came out in 2005, or 15 rather. That's pretty dang close to FF15 and Horizon as well. But those are all next gen, you know. Nice. Yeah, no, it's for sure a pre-generation console. I'm just saying for the same time frame that it came out, those games came out. But like for PS3, Wii U consoles, yes. PC, I do believe Oblivion and Skyrim. Actually, Skyrim would be the game that came out in this era. Definitely has a higher draw distance. Like the draw distance is impressive, especially for a Wii U game. No joke. And I think that's really the takeaway that needs to be like focused on. It's a Wii U game, you know? So like, yeah, PC game easily can do that. That's not a problem.
I sense hostility.
Not so easy on a PS3 or a Wii U.
You're mine.
Yo, look at that fuel going up! Oh my god, dude. Holy shit. Oh, why couldn't have I had this before? This is so good. That was like 1,000 fuel. Man, why couldn't I had that before? Well, that sucks.
Come on. Take this. Take this. Yes, we did it. I suppose I'm getting used to this.
I didn't think that he could stagger me from way out there. Also, the stagger resistance doesn't seem to be doing anything. I keep getting staggered. I haven't tried it yet. I'm just getting 60 on Celica, which will be done after this fight.
You're mine. Cover fire. See how light this all weakness. Follow me. One slow signal.
Okay, to be more accurate, it's about 400 or 500 fuel for the fuel up I'm buying, which is still crazy good.
You wish. You wish. So, you picked out today's menu, Lynn? Nice. May the blessings of Creator guide me with these new powers.
Yeah, I got a helmet that gives me bind when fuel when on bind. All right, let's check the gear for her first. Melee accuracy and power drive. Overdrive recover HP. Huh. Oh, wow, that is the same thing except better. It's just exactly the same passives except also overdrive HP up. That's huge. Melee accuracy. Empty slot, which I can't really use. Melee attack, melee accuracy, and front attack plus. Oh, there's that artful execution surge. I don't know what that actually does. So without knowing what it does, I'm going to go with this one. And now we're going to equip her with stuff. Reflect physical seems also insane. These see how it says, I just figured this out literally. So it says scale wear, and what that means is the passives affect the scale more than the person, depending on what. Like if it says like, you know, there's a couple that don't work for scale, but these are, it's assumed that they're all scale passives. I mean, her current armor is garbage, so what the hell? Arc draw, surge, melee accuracy. Like the max TP one obviously doesn't affect the scale. That's the one I was getting at. How is it this is a level? Oh, they're both 48. Oops. Oh, it's incredibly crucial, yeah. No, never did. Man, it just the frustration of this game's lack of communication to the player. When if it just explained some things to you and took out some brick walling, how good this game would be, you know. But instead, it just shits all over the player. I wasn't getting wrecked in scale combat. I was doing pretty damn good up until this latest boss, actually. Maybe. It's possible that the game expected me to put on scale gear. It did feel like I was pretty underpowered some of the time, like when I fought that big UFO thing. I just did it on foot. I didn't even use my scales hardly except to catch up to it. It's weird because the other Xeno games are so good at tutorialing the player. Like, really good. Always suet bulges, man. Muscled suet bulge. I could just get a ton of those. And just like make a ton of stuff. Ooh. Boost GP gained by skill from melee weapon. I like this. I'm writing down what I want. Oh my god. Oh, there's no way I'm gonna be able to get all that stuff though. Oh wow. That's what custom web speed means. Like, why can't it just give it so much room for font and it just does nothing? I don't think I have enough points for that. I'm not even gonna write it down. That's so good though. Reduces fuel consumption. Come on, where are these? Where are when I needed them? Oh. No, I've seen the augment list already. I'm just going through it a little bit more in detail. Oh, I can actually make that. My god, look at all these different debuffs. I've never seen me get really any kind of debuffing in this game. Not really, like, okay, I've seen the debuffs, but like, I don't know what the hell they are. You know? Grants 50% just receiving 400 GP when taking skill damage. That's pretty cool. Arts recover HP is actually kind of insane. Especially if you're doing overdrive, you just keep your HP up. Oh. 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 I don't know if they actually have any gravity damage. I'm just throwing shit in there now. Yo. I don't know where I got these from, but I'll take them. Can't lose all that accuracy I needed to hit things. That's actually better. Plus that gives them a ranged option. That's right. If I wanted to get any kind of weapon upgrade, it would be like just under $1 million per slot. And none of the armor what you get is what you can buy. And I don't have nearly enough to buy a level 50 scale frame. Even if I did, I would need level 50 scale stuff, which I don't have either.
That's crazy.
Okay, I think I got some pretty significant upgrading. I feel pretty comfortable in where I'm at now compared to where I was, so we'll save it. And we'll give it a go again. After 70 plus hours of gameplay, I have finally discovered a couple new things, and still not even close to discovering actually how to play this game.
They've seen us.
Just like me, they long to be close to you. How many times I gotta unlock that achievement? Do.
They've seen us.
It's the core of the hold that holds the life. What's up, Void Crow? We watched these cutscenes yesterday. Oh man. Oh my god, Berserk. If they had the right kind of tips going on there. Oh wow, so much. So much. I kept on trying to get the lock on the appendage. I missed my hold timer, which is not that big of a deal. Still getting my ass kicked. Although, nope, from before that would have actually been a death.
I won't miss this shot.
How can you be descended from them?
Yep, we're gonna be doing that tomorrow.
I will escape these
I missed with all my accuracy and everything. Oh my god, dude. Well, that's not better.
Hey, your only birthright!
How about a little split?
Be gone, you blight!
One slow digital. Our guns can still reach them. Hey, finish the job. Yeah, you're on top of this now. Gotcha.
I'll weaken them.
Huh?
I'll splash
Got
their
it.
teeth.
You're freaking out. Take to the gunfire.
While you still can.
This is it.
How's
See
top
how
one? Got it. Just stay.
Any of you
Take
can
this.
take away.
Just stay.
Destroy!
Yes. Hit him again for me. Take this. See how you like this? I'll smash you to pieces.
Nice. He didn't even get the invincibility phase.
Can't be true!
Although I will say I got a really good timing on that hold to get my big slap in there when I procced my pilot thingy, so he never even got a chance to cast it, regardless if it was percentage based or not. So that's progress.
Then the old tales have come to pass. Even the Vita, even the Great One's own vessel, bested by these primates. It's absolutely sickening.
The bigger they come, the harder they fail.
I mean, that's also
We
true.
came here to ensure the survival of the human race. The will to live is stronger than the will to destroy, Luxar. That is why you lost here today.
If only I could see him, the Great One, one last.
You're just a crony at the end of the day. A zealot.
Is it over?
Sure looks that way.
Oh, we're saying we did it. It's not over.
We did it! First dance of victory, then Lenley's victory feast.
Sure, Tatsu. I'm game.
Let us dance up a storm in any port.
Ask Elmo to continue our explanation from before the battle.
Hey, come on. Lighten up. We just finally beat the ganglion. Tatsu even wants to be part of the victory feast. Isn't that right, Tatsu?
Wait! When Lenley say part of the feast...
Yeah. I mean, we'll all eat you in celebration.
No!
Even now.
Tatsu want nothing to do with Lenley's feast. Nothing at all.
Oh, okay. We'll just eat without you then.
But wait, no! Lenley know what Tatsu means.
I'm sure you two will work it out somehow.
Well, we don't know if it's the end of the game, so it could
getting
be
back to the
not the one
conversation
last
from
time.
earlier.
My guess is that the humans are there, but they can't be woken up. And that's why we need to keep the life hold
So,
going.
That big machine hanging above us?
I've never seen one anywhere near that size, but it looks like a 7th generation quantum mainframe.
That's exactly right. It's by far the most technologically advanced computer humanity has ever created, in terms of both speed and capacity. It's also the foundation for the Earth Life Colonization Project. It's where all your consciousnesses have been recorded.
Oh.
What?
Elma, you mean...
Yes, that's what I mean. And not just everyone in New LA. The essence of all 20 million humans we brought with us from Earth are there, including all their memories, their genetic makeup, anything and everything. It's all been digitized and stored away in the core, right up there.
Which means we're all dead.
What about our bodies?
You mean the originals all this data was sampled from? They were destroyed, along with the Earth.
Then, wait, you mean we're already dead?
You could see it that way. Or you could see it differently. The bodies you were born with, and all the chemicals and organs that created and stored your thoughts.
Watch Black Mirror,
gone.
because it means you're dead.
But yourself
What's going
has
around
lived
is
on
just a
as data
facsimile.
From the moment the project scanned your minds. It's all been stored here as part of the long-term plan, until it could be moved back into a real body.
What real bodies?
I'll show you. Those capsules represent a sample of all the genetic material that could be found on Earth. Exodus was always about more than just fleeing the planet. Ships like the White Whale were designed as arks, to carry the building blocks of all life on Earth to the next world.
Ark? You mean as in, like, Noah's Ark?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. A last-ditch effort to save all living things, that they might someday flourish again.
Let's destroy this ecosystem and replace it with our own. Let's just eradicate this ecosystem and all this life because we don't have nostalgia for it, you know? And then replace it with our own. Easy peasy. I was gonna say it better be a cat, and then it is.
This entire chamber is filled with protoplasmic fluid. You see how it works. It can regenerate life from the genetic data stored above.
Including humans? All of us?
Once your bodies are cultivated, your present memory can be
That's
transferred
not how it
back
works.
in.
It's a copy, not a
Everything
transfer.
you felt or done in your MIM will be carried over.
I mean, now it
seamlessly
will be like that
without
because
any
you're just
loss of
data at this
continuity.
point.
You mean we'll have our bodies back? It sounds too good to be true.
It is too good to
Their
be true.
actual soul is gone.
Our
They are
bodies
dead.
were real. We were born in them. And now you just snap your fingers and bam, we get new ones?
I'd want to stay in a MIM
Is
at
that
that
even
point, to be
right?
perfectly honest.
Doesn't feel like it. Are we even humans anymore? Transferring our memories? Playing musical chairs with our bodies? Where do you draw the line? How do I know I'll be the same person I was wherever I end
You
up?
won't. You will be a copy.
To some
That's how that
extent,
works.
You won't be, but then you never were. On a cellular
They're all just
level,
data.
We all wake up as slightly different people every day.
That's also
It's
true.
only because of the continuity of consciousness that we even perceive.
In fact, it's
ourselves
even
as
suggested that your
ourselves.
consciousness gets completely cut off whenever you go to sleep and you wake up a completely different person. You
until
just have
anyone
the
proves
memories
we
to
all
sort of
have a
remind
soul,
you of who you used to
one
be.
better left to the philosophers. You're right to have doubts, Doug. This was the single biggest debate among the ECP board, and rightly so.
So then,
We did talk about putting actual bodies in stasis. We seriously considered it. In fact, some of the other projects took that path. They would have been lucky if their ships were able to hold 50,000.
Yeah, that's also
Exodus
true.
arcs were different. Enough data
Like,
and materials
you
to
need
revive
an absolutely
20 million
insane,
people.
huge ship to
Perfectly
carry a
preserved
substantial
on
amount of
each and every
people,
ship.
but the data is just
The board
one
weighed
hard
all the
drive.
pros and cons, the ethical issues and dangers of violating the natural order of things. But this is what they landed on, and I agreed.
So, when Lav said our flesh burned away with the earth, he wasn't just being dramatic.
No, he must have discovered the truth.
You know, Xenoblade 2 doesn't have that much fan service. Yeah, there's some big booba characters, but like,
Keeping us all
it's not really all that overt,
it's no wonder
except for the ice lady.
bastard.
But even so, he never
Dahlia.
said anything. You know why, right? Because of you, Lynn. You didn't want to see you lose hope. In the end, he led us here, right? In the end, maybe he accepted it. I'd like to think he did.
Maybe so.
The The ultimate hope with Project Exodus was that Mimiosomes could escort this system to a safe new home, lay down the foundations of a new society, and basically reboot humanity, continue where it left off. Despite everything we've been through, with the ganglion and everything else, that dream is almost a reality. I know how you feel, Doug, and you can call it whatever you like. But I need to see this through. I'll have to live with my decision. But I get to live with my decision. What about
There's
you?
not nearly as much fan service in that one, yeah, almost none, to be fair.
Sorry.
Which doesn't really bother me.
A lot to take in.
I like Mio. She's the best.
To be honest, I still have big concerns. But I can see you're following the path you believed in, the choices you were given. So what the hell? I made it this far in a tin can. Why not?
Yeah. Me too.
Tatsu 3!
Tatsu.
This has nothing to do with you.
Is what? No? Sorry, Tatsu a little lost, but if it means friends get to make more hum-hum, Tatsu gladly approve.
Hum-hum? What the hell is that?
Tatsu have no idea.
Homs are what humans are called in Xenoblade. That's a joke. I don't think it's meant to be taken seriously. It's a pretty dire situation. You know, humanity was left with a really shitty choice. They chose to digitize consciousness and DNA, and the thing is, you are not who you are. You know, when you're a digital thing, you're just a copy of that. Your body is dead. Your consciousness is dead. At this point, you're just data.
Luxar!
Essentially a robot
Still alive?
with an advanced AI.
Human scum. Failsafe or not, you will never see your people reborn. You will die in those puppet bodies of yours.
Attention, this is Lighthold Core Control. The system has detected a threat to core integrity. Now initiating internal defensive measures.
That slug-faced bastard! He's targeting the main control system!
Give it up, Luxar!
Silence, worm! You fools! You are the ones who don't belong here! Humanity is the cancer, not us!
Everyone, do whatever it takes! We have to stop him, and quickly! Roger that!
Wait a second. Look!
Initiating internal defensive measures.
Are you kidding me?
The same system that regenerates life from Earth can also create biological weapons to defend itself. But those are... my God!
Those things? Those monsters are a defensive measure?
I mean, it's a pretty good one.
Functioning. We have to stop it.
Oh, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Hideous humans betrayed by their own hideous creation.
Who the hell are you calling hideous?
It's Lao! Yo, I want that sword.
Lao!
You came!
Damn you!
This was not going anywhere. You deal with the core defenses.
Got it.
Oh, that's a lot. Slap. Alright, well, that was considerably easier than the previous boss. I don't even think I needed it. My overdrive is kind of a waste. Are Xenoblade 2 spoilers okay? No, they don't relate to each other. It's like giving FF9 spoilers while we're playing FF8, you know what I mean?
Initiating internal defensive measures. Final phase.
You traitorous scum. What happened to our bargain? Do you humans have no principles at all?
Principles? You deal with a traitor, you really shouldn't be surprised when you get stabbed in the back!
You primitive little imp.
No, I haven't started it yet. I'm gonna replay the game for RPG Chick so she can enjoy the story together.
Your family.
Oh, I remember all right. My family'd still be here if you hadn't brought your damned war to our doorstep.
True.
Because of you, there's only 20 million of us left. That leaves 9.98 billion reasons for me to want you dead. You who took my wife and daughter away from me, Luxor!
Damn it! Get him out of there!
This is human DNA. It was true. It was all true.
Self-fulfilling prophecy. Also, it seems kind of a weird place to put human DNA. It's like a big pool of it. Let's go swim in the human DNA pool. Also, I'm
thought Exodus was a lie.
pretty sure that would just
I'll
be
accept
blood.
it because the truth was too painful. That humanity was meant to die off along with our home. Along with Earth. But something happened here on Mira. I realized I was wrong. These Mimiosomes, they aren't just ghosts or shadows.
Also, he can't drown.
They're people. Seeds of new life that are struggling to take root. I finally see that now. What's happening? It's like all the life on Earth is flowing inside me.
It's like this oddly very, very specific thing that I couldn't possibly verbalize or understand or acknowledge. Now I need to defeat humanity itself! This is the weirdest reason to fight something ever.
He's absorbing all the DNA! We have to stop him.
Come on!
No! You can't! Out of the way, Lynn!
Oh, whoops, I hit enter on
let the
that.
light
I didn't mean to.
destroy.
I wrote down some things that I wanted to
time,
potentially buy.
I'll shoot.
Elma, please!
She's right. It's not me anymore.
It's not me anymore. This is why I can have calm, conscious thought and discussions.
Don't let me be the one who finally ruins everything. Everything humanity has achieved to get us this far.
Last warning, Lynn. You need to move.
Okay. But then I'm fighting too. Not just
Duh.
for our sake, but for his!
Thanks, Morgana.
And you. Are you with me?
I'm here too, by the way. Resident Evil. Blade. Xeno Chronicles Blade. Evil. Give me a break, dude.
When he dissolved, he became one with the protoplasm. Listen to me. I see now the reason why they fear the Solarians. A long time ago.
I'm not in control, but let me stop everything and give you some exposition.
They created the ganglion. The original ganglion was synthesized, but artificial. Which is why they fear humans.
Oh, are you still playing this thing?
Hopefully not for long. Play it as a thing for the 301 bits. Oh, now I'm not in control anymore, by the way. Now we have to fight, because I'm not totally not in control again. Oh. I can't attack? I can't do anything. Just like deactivated. Oh, I'm out of fuel.
I'll finish this on the ground.
Well, that's gonna make things a little bit more difficult. He just took all my fuel. I guess being level 60 will actually help at this point. Come on, Celica. Oh, there's an ad. Well, I really need Celica alive for all my TP needs. Really? That's it, huh? Just couldn't do anything about it? Get wrecked? Game over. At least my skells aren't broken. They have no TP. They're not rezzing me. I love how I had no opportunity to stay alive there. Just I get hit and I die. Thank you, Shifty, for the 7 months resubbing.
You have to be like this.
Nice. Move in and do some damage. Take this!
Celica, need you to stay alive, girl. Oh, it's that ad again. I didn't see it. It keeps going off on the side and like aggroing that ad and dying. Well, Lynn's gonna die, and that will be me shortly after. You see me popping my scale to avoid that big slap, that AoE thing that he did? I jumped on my scale when he started rising up, and then B did that big ol' AoE thing, and then I was just like, all right, I'm done. Leave. DPS.
Insurance, in case the Samarians have lost control of them. The key to their failsafe lives on in the human body. The Samarians' descendants, our very DNA is capable of stopping the gateway once and for all. That's why they fear us. Not our limbs, but the life form that could bring us back in the flesh.
Wow.
No, Ephemeral Fantasia is still the longest game.
All this has to show me. We've achieved our goal. Humanity has no future. Soon, any threat from the gateway will be gone.
So much for that human DNA, it's all blowed up and contaminated.
Our bodies. Once we are whole.
You don't have any access.
How's it look?
Yeah,
Is it still
robot
running?
turning into flesh monster with a
fine.
non-human in
Looks
the
like
human
it
DNA
held together.
pool, turning into a non-human
Thank
thingy
God.
thing. It's just so.
We saved it.
It's not
All
even
of us.
science fiction. It's just fan fiction.
We couldn't save Lau.
He's a robot. It's okay. We just upload him into a new MIM.
On the contrary, by stopping him and preventing him from destroying the system, we saved Lau too.
That's right. His DNA. And his memories. All
His
of it is
memories
still
are stored
in
right here.
Exactly. And with this, now we finally have the means to bring him back.
But wait. Would he even want to come back?
All the things he did. He'll be able to remember them all, right?
All the more reason. You can't make up for your mistakes when you're dead. Hell, he'd better come back. He's got work to do. Wrongs he needs to right.
That's why I can't take this game seriously. All this
She's
like,
right.
oh, he's dead. JK, we can just
Okay,
upload
then.
him again.
Come on, let's hurry up and restore the system.
Colonel?
Everyone wait. There's one more thing I need to talk to you about.
Oh man, what now?
I don't actually have
Truth
rockin'
is,
boobies.
Exactly one Mim in New
My
LA
human form was actually
is
a
being
dude.
controlled remotely from a real body held in stasis.
Which is still pretty cool.
Wait. Someone is
But I know you've been
inside
staring at my
the database
rockin'
with the rest
boobs
of
this
us?
whole time.
That's
But I
right.
don't have them in real
This was a
life.
special case.
The hell does that mean?
Better just to show you.
Thank you, Neo, for the 110 bits. Rip.
Colonel!
Elma! Elma is dead?
No. I think this is...
I haven't died. My consciousness has just returned to my real body.
So there was one person that was actually a human. It's Cosmos. That is literally the same thing that Cosmos is in Xenosaga. No. Oh, it's so close to what Cosmos looks like.
Oh, are you still playing this thing?
Thank you, Kamen Rider, for the 301 bids. But
Elma? Is that really you?
Yes. This is my true form. I was kept here in stasis, the only xenoform on board.
Wait a second. All this time you were an alien?
No way.
And all the more lovely for it.
I hope you all understand. And at the end of the day, I just hope you'll still consider me as one of you.
Of course we will.
because
It's not
midriff
about how
and
you
belly
look.
button
It's the
and
person you are on the inside. That's
crotch
what counts.
cleavage
Yes,
and booty.
yes.
That's why.
Lynn's right. Colonel, listen. We know whatever you did, you felt it was for the greater good.
Yeah. Nothing's changed.
That's right.
Everyone, thank you.
But I feel like she's gonna
Trust
get shot in the
means
back
everything to
now.
me. And I have so much more to tell you now that this time has finally arrived. But first, there's something I must do. And it's something that only I can do. There. The backup power should be all set.
Biometric authorization accepted. Initializing backup power system.
She looks like if you give her a tail, she'd be a mermaid.
Hey, so did that really just work? There's no way it might still run out of juice?
No, it's working.
Elma, it's Secretary Nagi.
Put him through.
It's official, everyone. Power has been restored. Congratulations. Fandom is reporting that the ganglion forces outside the Lifehold have been routed. The Prospectors should have the main power system back online in a matter of days.
Roger that.
It's over. Excellent work, all of you.
Well, we all gotta die sometime, but it won't be today.
That's right. Once the main power's back online, we don't need to worry about running out again.
And we won't even need that anymore once we're back in our bodies.
Yup, you got that right.
First things first. We'll need to get the control system repaired.
Prevent forest
Then
fires.
we'll hit up the
We did
database
prevent
down
some
below.
fires.
We need to check on
Not
the
Vandam
memories.
Vandam. Just a character named Vandam.
Wasn't she
It's like
saying
Sid
she
for
was gonna tell
Xeno.
us the rest of what she knows?
Thank you, Neo, for
that's
letting it 10
right.
bits.
I got so excited I almost forgot.
Relax, there's no need for us to hurry, right? We're finally home free. We've got all the time in the world now.
Well, it's a pretty long story. Tell you what, why don't we go back to New LA and we can talk over a nice big celebratory feast.
Good idea. Lily can cook it all. Tatsu will oversee.
Yeah, you can watch over everything. From inside the stew pot. Okay?
All right then. It's settled.
Well then, without further ado,
Right. Back to New LA. We're ready now. Ready to go home.
Booty. Oh. This feels like credits are coming.
It was 30 years ago when Elma first came to Earth. She'd come with a mission. A war was being waged between the Interstellar Federation the Ganglion belonged to and another alien civilization. And Elma knew that eventually that
Come
war
on.
would come to Earth. She came to our planet.
It's the most
alone,
Xenoblade thing
to save
ever.
us.
Xenoblade Chronicles
She
X,
convinced
anyway.
those in power, like Secretary Nagi, that the threat was real and helped put into motion a grand plan to preserve all of mankind. Her alien tech brought us skells so we could defend ourselves. It gave us light-speed travel to ensure our escape. And it led to mimeosomes to facilitate our survival.
So that's how we got all that tech.
None of this would have been possible for centuries without the help we received from Elma. Everyone says the Earth died that day. But not me. I don't believe it. The white whale couldn't have been the only Ark to escape either. There must be other survivors out there. Somewhere.
Okay, so my prediction for the end of this game, and I'm going to try to do this as spoiler-free as possible. My prediction was that
On Mira.
what happened on Earth was
And we'll live on.
Klaus.
With faith in our
And then
hearts that one
this
day
still
we
happened.
can once
And I thought that
again
was going to
set
be a
out to
connection,
search
but
for
it
the
wasn't.
plant.
So I just wanted to... Like, that's all I want to say. No spoilers. That tells you nothing if you've never played the game. My prediction, it was that it had a possibility of connecting with Klaus. That's it. Also, GG! Credits! Oh. Oh. God! Frickin' hell! Oh. Dang it. Criminy. Yeah, I mean, we still have a post-credit scene possibility. Resonance of Fate is our next game that we'll be playing. It feels so weird because it's just like viewer choice has been going really slow because of these really, really long games, and it just like I've barely even been thinking about it. But I imagine Resonance of Fate will be a normal length game. Suikoden 5 was actually really close. I'm surprised we didn't get a little bit of an upstart there to push it in, but we got Resonance of Fate, which is a game I'm pretty excited to play, actually. And that was actually sent by... Who sent that? It was VG or Common Writer? One of the two. Triace was involved in this somehow? Well, that explains a little bit of the alien stuff. Either way, like, we're still gonna do a full review, obviously. We're gonna wait for credits as we always do. We always watch credits. It's about showing respect. Not to mention post-credit scenes, so don't worry about that. But, we will be doing a full review, and then we'll be starting Resonance of Fate afterwards. Alright? Think it was VG? Oh, okay. There are hot springs? Are there hot springs episodes? With the bikinis you can just put right in them. Here we go. That was actually a pretty fast credit scene, not gonna lie.
Wait, what? This damage isn't from our last battle. It's from earlier, when we crashed on Mira.
It does look pretty bad in there, doesn't it? You'd never know it by looking at the exterior.
Well, I don't care how long the credits take, but I'm more thinking about the fact that it wasn't that as big of a project as I thought it was, especially considering the size of the game. Wait until after this scene and we get to the review.
All right. I'm entering the database chamber.
Be extra careful in there. That's everything we've been working for.
Understood.
Actual real reason.
What?
What is it, Elma? Is there a problem with the database?
No. That's impossible.
Elma, report. Elma!
Secretary. I'll stick to the facts. The system. Everyone's consciousnesses and memories. The entire database. Has been destroyed for some time.
Destroyed? What do you mean? Explain yourself.
The entire chamber is flooded. It's trashed. The system is completely shut down. And not just recently. It's been this way since we got to Mira.
That's absurd. Then how are we... How in the world would anyone be?
I know. So then why would you be alive? It's not possible. Without the database, all your identities should be gone too. It's this planet. It's something about this planet.
We were considering something about this planet was weird. I'm guessing there's some like maybe some electromagnetic field or something that you know, saves data, creates a backup or something, and then I don't know, something. Maybe there's a satellite that we don't know about because we don't have satellite technology, so we couldn't possibly know. Also, it's a quick assumption to jump to. Yay. Oh goody, a ranged attack probe. That's such a weird reward for beating the game. Almost true form. However, you've felt upon seeing the real me, I won't pry for now, but if you're opposed to adventure with me in my true form, I'll be happy to oblige. It's entirely up to you. Well, what's next? A planet still bound with mystery. A great blade reward. Your card be named with blade history, so I've readied some special missions that'll make earning money, experience, and BP a lot easier. You can accept them from the network terminal. Well, that's nice. Sure, why not save it? And here's like the beginning of the game, right? Here's where the game starts because it was supposed to be an MMO, essentially. I definitely want Elma True Form. Where is it? I don't see where I can change her true form at. Where was it at? Can someone point me in the direction? System settings. Yeah, Elma True Form is awesome. Oh, she even keeps her outfits on. Okay, that's cool. 69 hours, nice. Oh, I imagine, Rakurai. Like I said, this is when the game starts because it's an MMO type thing. Of course, some affinity quests. No more story. We'll take a look outside. It's just like an MMO where like you take a long time to get through the story, and then when you finally do, the rest of the game actually opens up. It's a shame because if this game weren't so frustrating in that regard, man, I would just have loved to really just live in this game for a long time. I'm not seeing the quests in question. Nothing seems really unique or new there.
Yeah.
Where are the new missions?
Yes.
The buildable frames. What the hell are the buildable frames? Oh, you mean
Yeah.
scale frames. Well, these are all the same. We don't. That's what we don't know. We don't know what's going on. We should have all died as soon as we landed because the database got wrecked, which keeps us alive. Easy Zenith Cannon series. Antimatter Round series. Goliath Driver series. Oh, that's cool. That's like, I know what that's like. What? Dude, these are so cool. New super weapons, Dragon Lance, Trident Acre, Voltaic Tusk, Barrage Cloak. Level 30? Only level 30 for 24,000? Back weapon. I'm guessing I need to make one to get the other or something. I don't know how to unlock the other ones. Well, they definitely seem super. Just don't know why I can only equip the others. That's different, I already had that. Mm, 62,000. Well, I'm curious why I can't get the higher level ones, but neat. Maybe I need to make one before I can make the other or something like that. Not that I'm going to find out. Level 60 skill. Wow. 930 melee attack. 1600 potential. These are clearly, the Ares are clearly the strongest skills in the game. Unless there's these two or three or whatever or something else. I guess with tickets you could just sit there and grind that out pretty fast, I suppose. Farm the easy stuff. Only need 100,000 Maranium. Scale insurance 10.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's stupid because I want to do this. Like, that's how dumb this is. I hate it. I hate that I want to do this. Like, I seriously just want to like stop and go figure this out and farm this out. I hate this game. 100% run. Yeah, right.
That's crazy.
Yeah. We're getting to review time now. All right, it is time to review this beast. Time to review this monstrosity of a video game. And then we're gonna start Resonance of Dissonance, or whatever it's called, Resonance of Fate. All right, here we go. Lot of close votes here. Not too many votes, especially considering we had 5 weeks of Xenoblade Chronicles X. But as you can see, Resonance of Fate has won the vote. 7 is average. Yeah, okay. And as we always do, we will wipe the votes so that any game can win. Every game has an equal chance. Thank you for the tremendous amount of support to get us to play Xenoblade Chronicles X, and of course, for us to now play Resonance of Fate. Pretty excited for this one. Oops, that's the wrong color. There we go. Xenoblade Chronicles X finished. A game I never thought I would actually get into. Sometimes it got close and then it never really made it. PlayStation 3 RPG as far as I can tell anyway. New vote go. Neo, thank you for the 110 bits. Getting in some Eye of the Beholder right early there. Thank you very much for the support. All right, let's talk about the review system. We rate on a 5 is average scale. If a game does the thing, it works, it does the job, 5. Average, nothing great, nothing bad, just average. That's what a 5 is. And we rate a number of categories, and I feel like I'm about to sneeze. Ah! Woo! Coconut's like, excuse me, I'm trying to sleep here. Please. Visuals are more than just like the raw fidelity, but like for instance with this game, the environment detail, the texturing, the draw distance, you know, but also character animation, spell animation, ability animation, you know, visual styles and aesthetics and stuff like that and keep you with it. Audio is not just the sound, like the music, but also the sound effects, the voice acting, the balance, all those things coming together. Also, there is such a thing as sound design that has nothing to do with any of those things. And it's like Resident Evil, like the mood, you know. And then gameplay, it could be the combat, could be the field navigation, could be, in this case, you got the gamepad gameplay as well. Story, writing, all that stuff coming together, character development, everything coming together, create a world. That's the story is how the progress of the narrative goes. And then design. This is kind of the skeleton of the game, how it's structured, how it's built, how it's delivered to the player, and bugs and glitches and stuff like that as well. And then you have my personal enjoyment, which is like how much I personally enjoy the game. It's a very subjective score. These are objective. Let's get into the viewer choice reviews. These are all the other games I've played and reviewed over the years. Woo! Xenoblade Chronicles X. Does anybody have the US release date of this game? Because, once again, I have forgotten to get it. Oh, and the next one will be Resonance of Fate. For anything like post-game story, I would say plop that in the spoiler channel. Because obviously, like, I mean, I might read it in the spoiler channel, and that's fine, but I would say since it's technically still a spoiler, I would put it in the chat. Otherwise, you're free to talk about mechanics and all that other garbage. Okay, as we go through, feel free to let me know how you feel about this game and its scores as well, but remember, 5 is average, okay? Also, if there's a mod around, can you do a chat poll as well? I would be thankful for that, please. So let's get into it, shall we? First off, let's talk about the visuals of this game, and this is clearly the best part about this game is this game is damn gorgeous. It has insane amounts of assets, draw distance, lush, beautiful environments, unique areas, just crazy good aesthetic and world building. Tons of different monsters, that grand scale of these giant beasts that roam the land. Just absolutely phenomenal from a visual perspective, especially when you consider Wii U. Now, I will say that, thank you, December 4, 2015. That's almost 2016. Jesus. I will say that, like, the actual, like, cutscene animations are pretty meh, and the character models are pretty low tier. Overall, there's no real any facial expressions or anything. It's just, like, puppets' mouth going blah, 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 blah. So there's nothing really good in that regard. Most of the cutscenes are just talking models. There are some neat cutscenes here and there, but most of them are pretty basic. So overall, like, from a cutscene perspective, it's pretty bland. But from a, like, just visual world exploration thing, it's magnificent. And this is definitely, in that regard, one of the most visually impressive Wii U games there is. But because it has a severe lacking when it comes to the cutscenes and the facial expressions and animations, I'm only going to give it a 9 instead of a 10. And then the OST. This is another one of the best parts about this game. The OST is really good. Is it brilliant? No, it's not like the other Xeno games where they just have a phenomenal OST. It has a very good OST. There's some really good jams. I enjoy how the game continues to have that day-night music kind of thing going on. But one of the things that I didn't like about this game's day-night music is that instead of it being like day-night themes, like, you know, you have Tantal Day and then Tantal Night, and it's just a quiet version of it. It's just a chill version of the same theme, you know? It's like a remix almost in a way. This is just like, it's just a different song. You know, it's a different track. And it's like, it kind of loses its identity as an area when that happens, and it doesn't make you feel as like epic, as majestic as it could have been. So instead of it being like this cool theme and feel that you get from the zone, it's just like, here's another song, and that doesn't really have anything to do with like being in an ice area or something like that, you know? That being said, the change in battle theme during like the dynamic battle themes, like when you go into overdrive and stuff, those were really good as well. But once again, it still kind of just feels like here's an upbeat song that doesn't really have anything to do with it. Like when you go chain attack in Xeno 3, it's just like you feel that intensity, you know, coming in, you know? And a lot of the time it's like you get back attack. It doesn't really feel like, oh no, danger, I got back attacked or whatever, or surprised. And oftentimes when you just regular fight, it doesn't feel like that you're just having a battle theme. It's almost like this is the track that should have been when I got back attacked or surprised or whatever, you know? So I feel like a lot of the tracks are great, but they don't always really mesh well in the place that they were put into. And so, from an audio design perspective, it's lacking quite a bit. That being said, the voice acting is very decent. You got a lot of a well-known VA in there, and they do an all-right job. And the balance can be a little off with some of the music tracks playing too loud over the voice acting, makes it hard to hear. Sound effects were fine, though. Nothing really spectacular about the sound effect design. pretty standard stuff. Everything felt like it was just like it works. It's cool, you know. Nothing really felt like really crunchy and good when like you get a big smash attack or anything. It didn't really give you that feeling too much. It worked. It didn't make you feel, it didn't feel anticlimactic, but it did feel like it worked. It did its job. So from the sound effect design perspective, pretty meh. And then from the music perspective, it's great, but doesn't really work from a sound design perspective. And then some issues with VA balance and it not being all that great. Like it's okay. It works. The VA is serviceable, you know? So overall, I would say that it gets a little bit of a boost, and we're going to give it a 7. Gameplay. So this is where we're gonna start getting into some weird stuff, because there's a lot of like OMG amazing and also what the hell were they actually thinking kind of stuff. When I first played Xenoblade Chronicles X, before I did this, I played about 4 or 5 hours or something like that. Maybe, I think we ended up figuring it out was more like 3 hours. When I first played this game, I, as someone who played Xenoblade Chronicles 1, could not understand what the hell was going on with this battle system and like why it felt so weird. There's no healing really in this game, and instead you're reliant on proc-based heals and hoping that you hit these like extremely fast, varying speed QTEs in order to keep your party alive, and it becomes a huge stress thing. And it wasn't until way later in the game that I discovered like overdrives existing, let alone how to manipulate them in order to stay in overdrive for a longer period of time, which increased my damage output significantly, but more importantly, allowed me to stay alive more easily because abilities would come off cooldown more often. It's fun until until it isn't. Yeah, exactly. So it's like, it has that core Xenoblade combat, which I love. I think it's great. Has that self-sufficiency where there's no items in combat, except for this one actually gives you items, which is a weird addition. But it's like this weird self-sufficiency where everything is contained within the combat, you know, and you get a full restore afterwards, and you need to keep yourself alive with your abilities and execution, but then at the same time kind of like taking away what made that sort of possible. And I think what they were trying to do is obviously like you have the very familiar MMO-ish style of gameplay, but they wanted every character to be an every class, which meant that you needed to be able to have some kind of self-sufficiency and healing no matter what your class was. And in that regard, they just turned it into this randomly proc-based thing with the soul voices and everything. But the soul voices are so insanely, stupidly complicated, you don't really know what you're doing until you've played the game for hundreds of hours and have like min-maxed all of your soul voices to do exactly what you want them to do, weirdly, in a specific way, knowing exactly what to expect from each situation, which is essentially never going to happen from a first-time player perspective. And it took me like 20-30 hours before I even figured out how I could heal myself in battle. I just thought like I thought everything was a DPS race essentially, and then I needed to do enough damage before I died. And it was like when we got to what's her name, Squid Lady, you know, where it really started to push me down. Also, there was a few characters that we never saw again. I don't remember Squid Lady dying, and I don't remember the what's her Hifumi girl dying either. I just remember them, you know, losing and leaving. Anyway, enough of that. Yeah, that's exactly it. There's just way too much information for the player to absorb reasonably in order to like actually figure out the game and execute it. Like it's straight up, you need a full-on like lecture in class. Like you need to read guides upon guides upon guides. It's like Vagrant Story, except less oppressive than Vagrant Story is. It's just way too deep and way too complicated with way too much stuff, way too much customization without any explanation as to not only how to do it, but what it actually means. You know, what does MACZX42 P down mean? You know, like what is that? What does that mean? Oh, that means it's the ZX model of accuracy for physical down debuffs specifically. Oh, okay. So if I have a physical down debuff, then I get a higher hit rate on that ability specifically. Why would I waste a whole fucking limited slot on that shit? You know, kind of thing. It's just so ultra specific, tiny little buffs of ultra specific abilities and things, and then that just makes it harder to understand. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. You know, we're not even getting into the rest of it. So yes, you can go into the game and you can play mostly without knowing this stuff by just hitting the buttons on cooldown and you know, reading the basic abilities description and what they do. And I got very far in the game doing that. But the thing is that while the game was very oh, I just got Moranium. I'm going to go spend it. Well, nah, whatever. I don't care. While the game was very good about, like letting you just kind of play the game that way and not worry about, you know, the ultra complication of the stuff, you would expect that during that time you would learn the more complex details, but you don't. You don't get an opportunity to really learn the more complex details unless you sit there and like painstakingly go through everything. And even then, there aren't really good interfaces to actually learn what these things do unless you have them equipped already. And then you can go into very specific menus to find out what they do, but you don't know where those are. You just think the game isn't telling you what it does, you know? Like, well, that's the description I got. It says it right there. It doesn't give me one. So why would I go looking for another description when this one doesn't tell me anything and that's the description it's giving me? So not only do you have to find the item that has it, you have to equip it, and then you have to go into other menus to actually figure out what it actually does. It's just so convoluted and so insanely detailed that it takes a core gameplay feature that Xenoblade has and just trashes it. It just turns it into this insane like maze of tiny little details and variances, and I love the customization aspect of it, but it needs to not only be more to like the menus and interface of this game have so much information and yet no information at the same time. How do you have such detailed UIs and still tell the player absolutely nothing? You know, even Final Fantasy Tactics had the whole press select and then you can view the description of anything on the menu whatsoever. That was in PlayStation in '97. They couldn't do it on the Wii U in 2015, 2016 almost. Give me a break. You know, nothing. I was looking forever for a menu option that would let me move my cursor around to get a more detailed explanation about any of the buffs or stats or anything, and there was nothing. So while it has that great base of Xenoblade combat with the skills and the cooldowns and the positioning and everything like that, it ultimately bogs it down severely with insane overcomplication. Now that being said, there's a couple other little bits of the gameplay that I'd really like to expand on, and that is the exploration is actually pretty cool, but once again does a very bad job of explaining it to the player and allowing them to understand it, so you end up being lost a lot of the time. And then there's the scales and the flying and the scale combat, which is phenomenal as well. That's a very awesome feature. Again, bogged down by ridiculous overcomplication again. And it's just one of those things where it's like, man, this had so much potential to be a fantastic game. And I will say this. If you want to take the time to really delve into a game like this and really just absorb all of the information, there is a brilliant game underneath all that. But for 99% of gamers who are just going to get completely lost in this nonsense, what? Huh? You know, you're just going to be like a lost puppy in a rainstorm, you know, with wolves all around you. Like you just done, and it's so frustrating. So I want to reward the brilliance underneath the mess, but unfortunately I have to kind of pull it down a little bit. So we're going to say 6 on gameplay. Don't worry. See, the thing is, that's the gameplay. That's like holding the control in your hand. We still have other things that, yeah, we'll get into it. Everyone who loved the original seemed pretty mid about it. Yeah, that's about right. Anyway, let's move on. Next is story. Now, again, this is like just, honestly, this is a pretty typical alien invasion, save humanity story, crash land on a foreign planet. You know, this is honestly pretty standard story fare, and I will say there's like a neat little aspect of it, unique little aspect of it with the whole you're a robot and our consciousness is stored or our bodies are stored, and you know they finally unveiled that it's not your bodies, it's your consciousness, and people are all dead and yada yada yada, all that good stuff. It's a neat story. It's not delivered very well. It's pretty typical. It's pretty cliche. The twists were pretty. I mean, I crash landed, I made my character, I had 2 words spoken to me, and I said, I'm a robot. And lo and behold, 40 hours later, the game reveals that you're a robot, you know? What I called Elma's twist in chapter 2? What was which Elma's twist are you referring to that I called? That she's not human? Because I called that one pretty early too. Yeah, I had forgotten that I called that one, to be perfectly honest, but I was hugely unsurprised. Now, the one thing I did say though was when her capsule came up, I was like, oh shit, is that Cosmos? And then the blue hair came out, and I was like, oh, never mind. I was like, I was thinking, it's like they can't do that. That Cosmos is owned by Namco, like they can't do that, you know. Lao's betrayal was the only one I didn't call. Yeah, I would say, yeah, like you say, the twists are pretty telegraphed. I think it was pretty obvious. The writing is kind of mid. The whole "let's eat Tatsu" joke just goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Oh my god. But how did I feel about the stinger? What stinger? The stinger? Which stinger? I watched the credits and the post-credits thing. What do you mean by stinger? Stinger is such a vague word. I don't know what you mean by that. Because like I'm thinking like, what do you mean, like the Lao transformation when he turns into like a Resident Evil beast with a little stinger arm, or are you referring to like the sting that, you know, the database was down, or what? It's a very vague statement. I'm trying to get more detail on that. No, yeah, refers to something that twists right at the end, leading to a possible sequel. I don't know. I thought the post-credits scene was kind of. I was really expecting something that would link to Xenoblade 1, and like my whole thought was like something to do with Klaus. And again, no spoilers. Klaus is not a spoiler. It's just a name. Anybody that has played the game knows what I mean by Klaus. My prediction at the very, very beginning of the game was something to do with Klaus, and it didn't do that. So when I saw like the database was down, I was just like, okay. I was thinking that like it doesn't really matter if the database is down, because if our body is, so the way I thought about it was that it doesn't matter that the database is down because your bodies aren't in there, so who cares? It wasn't keeping you alive because you were already uploaded into your MIM, so it doesn't even make sense from a I'm gonna delete that one. I'm just gonna delete that one. It feels a little too specific. Saying a name is one thing, but it feels a little too much, I feel. But anyway, the MIMs are just robots. They're just powered robots, and they have your consciousness uploaded into it, and that's it. You don't need the database to run it. It's already running. It's a robot. It's got its own battery pack or whatever the hell is running it, you know? It doesn't need the database. The database is just information storage. You need it to get more human personalities or DNA or whatever, but it just feels like it doesn't matter that that's destroyed at that point when you learn that the humans aren't actually in the Lifehold, you know? But that's not it. That's if you listen to what I just explained, Metazoxin. Yeah, that was just a theory to get you going. What was really happening was that the battery storage for the Lifehold that was holding all the information was dying, and we needed that database to keep humanity, to like recreate humanity and everything. That was what that was about. Not them keeping us alive. So the whole concept that the Lifehold was keeping us alive is not true. They debunked that. That was the first reveal. And then the second reveal was that it was destroyed all along. So it doesn't matter when it comes to keeping us alive anymore. They clarified that. But that's the thing, Jake, is that they're not remote controlled because we're not in the Lifehold. Everybody's dead. It's just DNA consciousness storage. It's just uploaded data. They just upload it. Oh, here's Elma's personality. Upload, you know? But the database is gone. Yeah, but they're not connected anymore. The MIMs were turned on before the Exodus happened. The MIMs were made before the Exodus started. They were already going. They were piloting the ship, remember? The required personnel, as they put it. Yeah, exactly. They could still recreate people and restore MIMs without the database. Yeah, they already showed that they could. Then you find out it's Games for Windows Live. Oh no! Anyway, I think there's a lot of convoluted story elements. I think it's not told very well. I think it's okay. I think it does its job. I think it's a far cry from other Xenoblade stories, which are absolutely brilliant. This is definitely a side game story that you would expect from a side game without a main team handling the narrative. So I think this is just a kind of neat little side project with a neat little side story. It's cute, but doesn't really. It's pretty basic. I would say story has a 5. Lore and story building, yeah, you know, I think you make a very solid case for a 6 instead of a 5, Ellie. There are a lot of side quests and building up stories and characters and personalities. There's like all these huge affinity tree and everything. I guess I didn't really care about it because it was also like super generic, you know, side stuff or whatever. I mean, I did most of the affinity quests. In fact, I did every single affinity quest. The only affinity quests that I didn't do were the ones that required a high amount of affinity with certain characters. So I missed like Nagi and a couple of the other character side quests, like the Murderess or whatever. And that's it. That's it. Although I do like that you got all the Xeno forms and in LA started to build up. You know what? I agree. I'm gonna push it to a 6. I agree. There's a character named Hope. That's actually funny. There's a character named Hope. Oh man, how did I miss it? I did all the side quests almost. Man, I did so much side stuff. Crazy amounts of side stuff. Okay, so people were surprised that I gave gameplay a 6. And the reason is because gameplay is not the same as game design. And this is where the game is really gonna take a hit hard, real hard. Okay, so I missed half the party members. How? I did everything almost. I did all these quests and everything. How did I miss them? Ah, this game, unbelievable. Anyway, so the game design. Oh my God. Okay, so I can't tell you how many absolutely absurd game design issues there are in this game. So, first off, you cannot abandon affinity or story quests if you pick one up. If you pick up a story or affinity quest and you can't complete it, you are fucked. In fact, if you don't even know how to get the item in question, you are fucked. If you don't have access to the internet to look up something, you are fucked. And what I mean by this is, like, sometimes some of the affinity quests are like, get this drop from this enemy type, and you have no idea where the enemy type is. You have no idea how to get the item in question. Maybe it's kill a part, maybe you need to kill it in your scale, maybe you need to do this. You have no idea. It doesn't tell you anything. So you could, after hours of exploration, find the enemy in question, find out it's way higher level than you, and then you gotta grind to that level somehow just to be able to finally beat one, and then you kill like 20 of them and get 0 drops, and you're like, what the fuck? Why am I not getting this item? And you have no idea. And you can't just abandon the affinity quest and say, screw it, I'm gonna move on. No. Once you're in an affinity quest, you're stuck in the affinity quest. And guess what? You can't advance the story when you're in an affinity quest. So you're stuck. You're literally soft locked unless you find some way of completing the quest. Now, most of the affinity quests don't have this issue, and that's fine. However, many of them do. In fact, there's one affinity quest where you need to get a specific mineral from the nav sheet mining operation thing, where the first time you get access to this mineral, it's way up north in Noctilum. And if you don't put a mining node there, because whatever, you don't know about this shit, you're just kind of going through the game and kind of figuring it out as you go, well, guess what? You're fucked. And even if you find it's a white cometite, even if you find more nodes with white cometite and just load them up with mining nodes, it will still take at least 1 hour, or however long the interval is to get paid or mine minerals or whatever, until you get the said white cometite, because you needed 5. So let's say you had every white cometite node loaded up, which is very unlikely because this affinity quest is very early in the game. You might not even be level 10 by the time you get this. And that, like, it took me a day and a half to figure out how to get white cometite. That's like 12 hours, by the way. 12 hours of gaming to figure out how to get the white cometite. And I only had the one node, so I had to have everybody in chat tell me where other nodes were that I could get, and like most of them I couldn't even pick up because I didn't have the arbitrary hunter rank mechanic. Like if I didn't level up my mechanical skill, I wouldn't have been able to get the nodes, and then I would have been stuck completely until I leveled up my blade rank, grinding endlessly for dozens of hours in order to get it. And then you have to have the probe, you have to have the node. Oh, by the way, most of these nodes are in level 30 areas when you're only level 10, and you don't have skells to kill things higher level than you, and you're just stuck, you're fucked. And this isn't the only quest that does it. There are more than one. And that is like insane levels of stupid ass design. And this is only the tip of the iceberg for the lack of good design in this game. That is just one aspect. Now you have an extremely unintuitive game with very limited information on the menus, despite having tons of text and no information given to the player. Some of the worst explained combat systems, scale battles, armors, everything, all of that, just wildly unexplained what anything does. You go through a menu of weapons and it's like, why is this weapon 10 times more than the other one, but it has worse attack power? and like it's the same level of weapon, you know? And it's like, okay, well, it's got different passives, but this passive says some weird gibberish of letters and numbers. I don't know what it means. Well, there's no way to check what that means. They can't go into some sub menu to go click on it and go, oh, this is what this does. Nope, can't do that. So you're left just sitting there like racking your brain about it. Not to mention there's an absurd amount of money that you need in the game, and it gives you very limited. Now let's talk about skells. When a skell dies in combat, and it fucking blows up and you lose all your insurance, which you only get 3 charges of, so lose your scale three or more times, you're boned. You have to spend tons of money to get it back, which takes tons of time because the only real way to get money is the aforementioned Frontier Nav app, where you have to put all your mining nodes and everything. There's a very, very limited amount of research nodes, which is how you get your money, not from the mining nodes. Mining nodes actually reduce the amount of money that you get. Research nodes give you more money, and then it doesn't explain to you that the chaining of nodes is not the type of probe itself, but the exact number the probe is on top of it being a research probe. So it has to be research probe 3, and those can chain together, or research probe 5, but research probe 3 and 5 can't chain together. Only research 3 node probe 33333. There we go, we get a chain, you know? Now you gotta wait for money. Oh, okay, I'll just wait for money for an hour before you get 1 tick. Oh good, I got 50,000 mirror or whatever it is for money, but I need 5 million! So just wait 8 years and you'll finally get the money that you need in order to actually buy like a basic level skell or a piece of gear or something. Just an absolute insane amount of money needed, despite giving you very little access to money, and having it locked behind a real-time window is insane. There's also level requirements for gear. Hold on. You make 300k per tick? How? I don't have any research probes to make more money. I used every single one of my research probes in the most optimal place that I could find, and I got like 90% of all the probes unlocked, the locations. So I don't know how you're making 300k and I'm making 66k. So I have all of my research probes all being multiplied. They're all getting bonuses in the most optimal place that I could find, and I'm only getting 66k. Maybe I should get rid of some of the mining nodes to ramp that up a little bit, but I did everything I could to boost that. I found sightseeing spots, yeah. Tons of them, in fact, actually. Yo, what's up, Phil? I found tons of sightseeing spots. I found tons. I unlocked every single probe location except for maybe 5 in the entire game. Whatever mechanical 5 requires, which I couldn't get. It wouldn't let me get it. No, I didn't see it. I only heard that if you run out of insurance, then you have to pay a substantial fee when I read the Skell insurance tutorial. So anyway, moving on to additional things, there are level requirements for story, level requirements for gear, level requirements for just about everything that you do, which is so weird because you can get this gear way earlier and do those missions way earlier if you just like are doing all right with the game, you know? Perfect eject means 0 insurance. Does your AI teammate automatically perfect eject or no? That's weird because I had to pay for somebody's Skell that was an AI. I had to pay for Celica's Skell when hers blew up. $80 half some insurance. Oh, okay. Either way, still a shitty mechanic. Even if you do the perfect eject, it's still shitty mechanic because the amount of cost that it will put on you is still huge. Plus, keep in mind that the QTE in this game is awful because it's a varying speed and it slams it at you at light speed, like boom, hurry up and press a button. You have very little time to react. So in that regard, it's still a shitty mechanic. Oh yeah, there's a lot of obscure combat mechanics that make it feel like story battles make you feel like you're out-leveled even though you're like 10 levels higher than the story, and you're getting your ass kicked. You're like, why though? You know, I've gotten as much as I possibly can. I've bought everything that I possibly can. Oh yeah, then there's Skell Fuel, which is insane. The fact that the Skell Fuel runs out rather quickly, and then the only way to get it is through either waiting for 12 hours or using Miriam, which is still like a 1 to 2 hour tick to get fuel, and even then you're not gonna fuel up all your skells if you get a Muranium tick. That's insane. The fact that you could just get locked out of actually using your skells. Heavily gates story content through optional quests, like many of those aforementioned horrible affinity quests are required in order to advance the story, on top of doing side missions in order to get enough power or levels or XP in order to do it. It's just an absolute fucking mess of some of the worst game design things I've ever seen in my entire life, ever. And the worst part about it is because the rest of the game is some of the most brilliant game design options I've ever seen. Like the whole scale battles, the flying across this majestic, amazing world, like having all this huge world to explore, side quests, elite mobs, like tons of builds, talents, classes, multiple characters having your party. Oh my God. Like if it just took 2 seconds to realize how fucking dumb it was being, this would be such an amazing game. It just needed somebody to come in like me and just go, what in the absolute fuck is this? Take this out right now. I'm about to beat your ass. What the hell is this shit? And so it takes this, and I said, I used this analogy last night, where it takes your favorite dish in the entire world, this beautifully, perfectly cooked, I don't know, pizza or steak or whatever your favorite meal is, cooked by Gordon Ramsay, absolute masterpiece, and then just a nice fresh turd laid on top of it as a nice little flavoring decorative piece, whatever you want it to be. But that turd has now ruined your perfect meal. It is so good, so amazing, yet there it is, a nice juicy moist turd right on top of your beautiful perfect meal. Enjoy. Bon appetit. And it's such a shame, because I wanted to love this game, and I still do. I still do love this game. I still have so much appreciation and love for all the right things that they did with it. And I sat there after I beat the game, seeing all the post-game unfold in front of me, and I'm like, I want to play this game and grind out all the shit. I want to keep playing. But at the same time, I'm just like, but I suffered so much. I had to grind to max level just to be able to like manage it. It's unbelievable how masterful and how shitty this game is at the same time. And this is why, because all of that amazing stuff doesn't matter. Unfortunately, all that amazing stuff that is part of the game, it doesn't matter because it's hidden behind all the awful stuff that this game does. And it's right there in front. It's this barrier to entry. You need to cut through the Congo jungle in order to get to the City of Gold beyond it. And it makes it worthless because you're gonna die to something, wildlife, poison, something before you even get there. You know, and I mean by that, like your interest, your love for the game is gonna get smashed before you get through the jungle. And I have to, in good conscience, despite being a huge fan of Xenoblade in general, one of my favorite franchises, I have to give a 2 on game design. It's unfortunate. Now, that being said, my personal enjoyment of the game was definitely a roller coaster of up and down. I had some amazing times with the game, like when we got that big laser cannon, I was like, going around, pew, 200,000 damage. Oh my god, that was so cool. When I first got stealth flight, and I was flying around, man, it's just like, oh my god, this is so cool. Like, what an amazing game, you know? And then it's like, you go, oh, I want to do the next story. I want to see what's going on next. And it's like, to do the next story, you must fuck off. And it's like, well, but I don't wanna fuck off. Okay. So I think overall I had a positive experience, and I definitely want to say I had a 6 on enjoyment. Oh, I think so too. At this point, this is definitely the point in any, even in regular Xeno games that I play, I would just start using the Frontier Nav map and like looking up stuff and figuring out where all the super bosses are and how to grind the cool gear and whatever. Like I even said, I was like, man, I just want to keep playing this game, you know? All right, so the total score, I would say, let's see what we got here. It's gonna be pretty bad, unfortunately. 6, 12, 18, 27, 27, 36 still? Oh wow, 36. That's pretty good. It's actually not terrible. I always say anything 30 or above is worth looking into. That is like the threshold. It even got above average on total score. I always say anything 30 or above is worth looking into. I like pineapple on pizza. Like, okay, because I rate on a 5 as average scale, anything 30 or above is above average, technically, or it's average or above, right? It's above the median line, right? So I say anything 30 or above is absolutely worth looking into. Just keep in mind that it may not be your vibe. There is so much to love about this game, and it's a brilliant world with a great OST that has some neat gameplay that is unfortunately weighed down by some of the worst game designs ever. You have to go into this game knowing what the game is gonna do, and I mean it's gonna kick you in your genitals many, many, many times. So my generic score would be like a 6 out of 10, I think. 6 out of apostrophe 0. And there we go. There's our review. And just a show for anybody that may have walked in, the beauty and magnificence of this world. Like, you get in this giant-ass robot, and you can just go. Oh, it's foggy right now, which kind of sucks. Look at this, man. You can just go out here and just fly in this gorgeous world. Like, how amazing is this? It's like playing an MMO with flying, except it's a way better world. Like, WoW ain't got nothing on this world, you know? Look at that draw distance on the Wii-U. God damn, that's cool. And you can just go up and up. Oh, we reached the top. Look at that. How amazing is that? A Wii U game does this. Crazy. And this is, yeah, it's just one of 5 continents, yeah. Well, actually, it's all one continent, but one of 5 zones. There's 5 different zones I can go to. It's so good, man. Yet so horribly, terribly bad. All right, now that we have finished that, we are going to be playing Resonance of Fate. So I'm going to take a quick break and set up the PS3 for Resonance of Fate as our next viewer choice game. So I hope you guys are ready for something pretty new and unique. I have no idea what to expect out of it other than like guns and an RPG. I don't know. Hang tight, we'll be right back. Cheers, Neo, have a good night.